Hello everyone, JR10 Desert Gold. It's July 4th, our 250th anniversary of the greatest country on this planet. And I thought, since I have nothing to do, I would do something American, and that is brew a beer. I decided that I would do one of these beers from More Beer and show you just how close to being the same principle as pinter kits are. I decided to brew one of these. The only exception is that both of my pinters are in use right now, so we're going to do some of this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to use one of my Mr. Beer fermenters, and it'll be mixed in here, and if everything goes as expected, we should have this completed within 15 minutes. Now, the only alterations I'm going to make on this from using the kit as is, well, first of all, let's pick out a kit here. This is the Fresh Press. This is an IPA, and I've got an IPA already in the kegerator. This one's an Irish Stout. I don't know. We're getting into the big three-digit numbers on temperature in the coming weeks, and I'm looking for something more refreshing, and I think I'm going to go with this Pilsner. So let's get these others out of the way. All right, so I've got the kit here. This is for More Beer, and what it contains is the typical instructions or necessary information that you're going to need to do this if you're new to it. This is the pre-processed cryo DME, which we're going to just pour right into the fermenter. Everything's already been added to it that needs to be. The only other addition that we're going to do apparently is this. It's a cryo hops. It's German hops. It's Hellertown Mitterfrüh, and it's got an alpha acid of 4.7%, which is pretty low on the scale for bitterness, which is fine with me. They also include a flash yeast, which I won't be using because I'm going to use my tried and true Kajvik Boss yeast. If you want to see how aggressive this yeast can be in a fermentation, check out my little short video where I uncork the dock on my pinter that I just put into conditioning outside. So yeah, you're okay. So this is one of the alterations that I'm making. The other alteration I am making is this Pilsner is a 5.8% expected ABV, and I at least like 6% if that's possible. So I am going to add 4 ounces of the Golden Light DME from Bryce. I was planning on doing 8 ounces, but then I started thinking about it, and the ABV would definitely be over 7% with that, but the texture of the malt would take it from a crisp Pilsner, what I would consider a crisp, refreshing Pilsner, to a more ale, pale ale type of malty mouthfeel, and I've already got enough of those going, so I want to try this and keep it as close to what the profile is supposed to be and see how it turns out. So let us begin. Okay, to start, we have the obvious here, the Mr. Beer fermenter. It's already been cleaned and sanitized. I've only put in a gallon of water so that we can mix up the dry goods. And let's start with the Bryce DME. Hopefully I won't make a mess. Stuff likes to go everywhere. The 1 gallon kegs are getting rattled. All right, that went in okay. And I think we'll stir this up. I have sanitized this with Star Sand so we can do some mixing. That's all we need to do, is make sure there's no lumps. Okay, so the Bryce malt is already dissolved. It's time to add the big boy. And truth be told, this has got me more concerned than anything on this. I don't know what this is. It's about 2.5 pounds of dry malt extract. And my tremors are gonna give me havoc trying to get this powder in here without dusting everything in the room. So hopefully I can do that. So this is a cryo dry malt extract, so it's pre-processed. It shouldn't have the clumping or as much of the clumping issues as a regular DME would. So we're going to find that out real quick here. For those of you that have done some brewing in the past, you'll relate to this a little bit. Since you're not boiling, you're not getting any steam coming up, and you don't get the big clumpy DME around the opening of the bag. It's a little thing, but for people that have dealt with that, it can be a pain. So I'm going to just stir this up a little bit. Okay, so we've got the flash brew in the fermenter. We've got the hops that we're going to add right now. So the cool thing about this type of brewing is that when everything is pre-processed, all you do is dump and brew. It's a lot easier than having to boil and cool and get wart chillers and all that other stuff. We just take the hops, boom. That's that. And make sure everybody's happy in there. All right, so we're gonna add some water, filtered water, up to the 2-gallon mark. There's no black line on these old fermenters, so you gotta make sure you don't over add. Oh, right on the 2-gallon mark. Love it when a plan comes together. All right, finally, the Kveik yeast, and we'll get this whole process underway. Never get it open. All right, Kveik in. One little extra stir. They see I don't need to, but old habits die hard. All right, everything is added, and probably the thing that took the most time was dealing with my tremors and getting all the stuff in that's supposed to be in there without making a mess, and I did not succeed with that entirely. But that being said, this is all there is to it. You put your ingredients in, and you add the water to the specified levels. You add your yeast and hops, and then you close her up, and it's fermentation time. Now this fermenter has its own, for those of you that are unaware of Mr. Beer's fermenters, you don't need a bubbler or a gas release. The top of this has 2 notches in it where excess CO2 can vent, and therefore you don't run the risk of popping the thing because the gas builds up. The other thing I'm probably going to do is set this in a tray, because this is a very, very active yeast. I can't say it enough, and it will produce a lot of CO2, so I'm probably going to put a drip tray under this. The other thing is that's nice about this, I can leave this right here. It's 82 degrees. I don't need to chill it. I don't need to calm it down, or cool it down, I should say. It's happy at 82 degrees. And with this particular brew, the Pilsner, the temperature combined with this yeast at that temperature is going to be popping off some nice citrus flavors that will go nicely in this Pilsner. And because I didn't go too far with adding too much malt, it's going to have a crisp, or should have a crisp, clean finish. And we're looking at an ABV of about almost 7%. So I touched base on everything I was looking for on this. And it's going to ferment. It'll be done fermenting in 3 days. What I'm probably going to do is transfer it to this 2-gallon and let it condition for another couple of weeks, and then we're going to have some nice Pilsner right in the middle of our baking season here. You know, it's like, I think today's about 106. Coming week, it's looking like there's going to be a bunch of 110s and 112s coming in, and yeah, Mother Nature's cleaning out the burners. So this ought to fit really well with a refreshing ice cold beer in that kind of weather. Anyway, this is, like I said, a very easy and comparable method to the pinter kits. The one advantage to this kit, if you brew 2 gallons instead of the 1.5 gallons, if I had put this kit in a pinter, I would have 12 pints. In this fermenter, I've got 16 pints. The cost of the kit with shipping was $32. So you can figure that out at $2 a pint. And if I had put it in the pinter, you're looking at about $2.70 a pint. So it's up to you, or you know, whatever floats your boat. The thing that I'm looking at is trying to get the same quality for less money, because you can always use money. Anyway, I hope I hope you picked up something that might help you, or you know, give you an idea of what you can do, or what motivation that might provide for looking into other ways to brew your beers. But this works very well. Anyway, have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. By the time you see this, it'll probably be past, but I hope you had one. And just have fun, be safe. God bless America.